Hey Passport Gang! Welcome back to our channel. So we're bringing you content from Mombasa, Kenya, and we thought we'd just do the intro while we're still here. Yes, actually our first trip together since COVID hit. So exciting, haven't done this in a while, all the planning, the adventure. I mean, it's always just best when we travel together, we have the best time. So we're just going to take you through our journey from when we left home in Johannesburg and how we made it all the way to Diani Beach in Kenya. Something very exciting that you should notice is that we have no masks on, and it's been like this from the moment we landed in Mombasa actually. So it's post-COVID and we can actually see that the world is opening up. So it's quite exciting. Yeah, no, it certainly is. And I think also getting here was not like as simple as you would think it is. Like doing everything ourselves, because we're the kind of people, we never want to like book transfers and tours. We always just kind of like enjoy doing things ourselves because it's all about the adventure, the experience, figuring things out, getting lost. That's what really gives us the kick and excites us. And it was hella adventurous. It definitely was. So stay tuned. You're going to see all of that coming up in a bit, and we'll take you through and explain the whole journey. But take notes, because if you are planning on coming to Mombasa, Kenya, it's not as straightforward as you think it is. Absolutely not. And the heat doesn't even help. No, not at all. But yeah, it was a super fun journey. So yeah, stay tuned for our first post-COVID trip.
We flew on the Kenya Airways Embraer E190, which had such a cool seat configuration of 2-2. So I mean, if you're traveling in a pair, then you have direct access to the aisle. It was about a 4.5-hour journey to Nairobi, Kenya, red-eye flight, so we landed there just at the brink of dawn. So on arrival in Nairobi, we had to clear immigration, collect our baggage and exit the international terminal. So across the streets is the domestic terminal, where we then had to recheck our bags and then proceed to the boarding gates. We did that with very little time to spare, so you do want to keep that in mind. Another Embraer aircraft for the onward journey, and then finally touchdown in Mombasa, Kenya. Arrival in the domestic terminal was super chilled, where we can get off the aircraft and walk on foot into the terminal where we await our bags, which are also offloaded by hand. All bags accounted for, we were then met by a driver who was organized by the resort. So we opted for the hotel transfer purely because of the distance to the resort. We didn't want any fluctuating costs with the taxi, as well as getting onto the Likoni ferry, which was such a fun and exciting experience. So what happens is that Diani is actually on mainland Kenya, and Mombasa International Airport sits on a small island. So in order to get onto the mainland, all people, human beings and cars alike, have to be transported via ferry over the Likoni River. So with a taxi, depending on who you book with, you may find that you will most likely have to get onto the ferry by foot and then find alternative transport to get to your resort. However, with the shuttle that we booked, we were guaranteed that he would fulfill the whole journey from the airport right up onto the resort. So the vehicle gets loaded onto the ferry, well driven on. While you're inside, you move across the ferry. It's a very short ride, about 5 minutes, and then you're on the other side and you proceed with your journey. After what feels like forever, we have finally arrived at Swahili Beach Resort on Diani Beach. The majestic, beautiful walls and high doors welcome you as you get settled in, check in, and also a lovely, refreshing welcome drink. The resort has 3 dining options when making your booking: breakfast only, half board and full board. Unfortunately, they don't have an all-inclusive package, so all drinks will be a la carte. This path leads you down to the Baharani Beach Bar and Restaurant, where you can dine under the thatch roof, or for more an open-air experience on the beach sand with the palm trees giving you cover, overlooking the beautiful Diani Beach. Now that we have had a look at all the cool features on the resort, we are finally going to check into our beautiful Executive Penthouse Suite. All the rooms are set up in a cluster style where you have a block of rooms in one building. The penthouse suites will be right at the 3rd floor to get the best view 180 degrees of the ocean. So they offer garden view rooms, ocean view rooms, and the penthouse right at the top. Let's take a quick little room tour, shall we? Welcome to our humble abode at Suite 143. There is a guest loo just as you enter into the penthouse. Now, it's kind of strange because you're not living there, so I'm not sure if you're going to have any guests visiting you in your room, but hey, it's a nice touch, and I guess they had to find some way to utilize all of the space and just give it a nice touch. So that was pretty cool. You have a full-blown kitchenette, which has a standalone fridge. You have a sink as well, some crockery like some glasses, mugs that you can use, a little bin there as well, and some shelves to buy your own groceries. Ample tea and coffee available for you in the room, as well as a kettle as well, and bottles of water which get topped up daily. Moving on to the lounge area. So you've got a very big couch, beautiful and white. I mean, the colors and the aesthetic of this resort is just so beautiful. Nice large smart TV available for you to use. You can also log into your Netflix, which was pretty cool for a rainy day just to sit and watch. Ample storage again to store anything that you might bring along with you on your vacation. A safe resort to keep all your valuables protected while you're out and about on the beach or on your excursions. Now we are going to enter the master suite. So you've got a bit of an open plan walk-in closet if you would like, where you can store your suitcases as well as hang some of your garments. There are multiple aircons within the penthouse because it is so large, one aircon wouldn't be able to cover the whole area. Beautiful makeup and dress-up counter there. Nice mirror for you as well. More water available as it does get very hot at the resort. Another couch there if you would just like to read and have some quiet time. Stunning bathroom with the most beautiful aesthetic. I mean, it is so big. The layout is absolutely gorgeous. Love just the look and feel and how it just embodies their culture. Double sinks in the bathroom that you're able to use with a lovely mirror and a hair dryer as well. A lovely king-side bed with a mosquito net just to keep you protected, with a sliding door leading out to the most beautiful balcony where you can get views of the ocean. There are 5 restaurants available on the premises of the resort, so we're going to quickly go through all of them. The main restaurant on the resort is the Machili's restaurant, which is where the buffet is served. So that's where you will get your buffet breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Then we also have the Kahawa Lounge, which is more of like a coffee lounge. They always have very exciting tea time at about 4 p.m. Then we mentioned the Diani Beach Bar, where you can go get your lunch and dinner as well. They also have a very exciting Spice Roots restaurant where you can get some delicious Kenyan Indian food, which is part of the Swahili culture. Our favorite restaurant was hands down the Zanzibar restaurant. They have an a la carte menu available as well as a teppanyaki table. So with the teppanyaki offering, you get 5 courses, which is pretty exciting, and you can sit there and watch the chef prepare all of them for you. This is also included in the half board as well as the full board package for dinner. So you definitely want to ensure that you get your booking in very early, as they can only take a limited amount of guests.
Swahili Beach, we appreciate a lot. Welcome again and again. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
If you are looking for something exciting to do during your stay in Diani, be sure to visit the Alibaba's Cave restaurant, as well as get a local guide to take you through some of the villages and see where the locals stay. It also gives you an opportunity to give back to those less fortunate. Now, the waiting times for the ferry really vary depending on many different reasons. So time of day, how many ferries are traveling or moving around at that time, as well as just the traffic, I guess, if there's a lot of people, wanting to move across at that given point in time. So, going to Swahili Beach Resort was fairly easy for us. We probably waited about 30 to 45 minutes. However, at the end of our trip, on the way back to the airport, we waited about 3 hours to get onto the ferry. So always leave ample time when making your way back to the airport to catch your flight back home.